Hey, well, good morning, Cornerstone Group. Man, what a day to celebrate. Got my Cornerstone hat on. So excited about today and the big announcement that many have already seen on social media. And I know you'll continue to share the announcement that John and Kim Kite are now managing partners with Integrity Marketing Group. And we're so excited for them and for the whole Cornerstone family and team. What a great time to celebrate. It was a year ago we were watching Equus, come on board and become a managing partner with Integrity. And now here we are a year later with our very own John and Kim Kite being managing partners, having it announced today. And man, you talk about the integrity effect and what that's going to mean for your business. We're so excited. And we'll talk a little bit about that today. We're going to talk about really how to get the word out about the Cornerstone Group, Equus Financial, Integrity Marketing Group, and how to really try to leverage this opportunity to impact so many lives and to bring so many people to this amazing company and this amazing culture. So that's what today is going to be about, celebrating the victory for all of Cornerstone, but really focusing in on some of my dearest and best friends who, man, I seriously have, I can think of very few times in my life where I've had so much joy watching somebody accomplish something. And this is one of those times, just pure joy and very well earned and well deserved. The accolades and the awards and the recognition and the achievement that John and Kim have. And so we'll talk all about that, celebrate that. Going to do the top 25 today, going to do the Advanced Market Minute. Probably cut out a few minutes early. So many of us are on our way down to Dallas for the last 212 tour stop of the spring. And then it kicks right back up again in June. So go to, the Equus website, click on the 212 banner and get a list of all the 212 stops across the country from now until the fall. I mean, I think our next one is scheduled for June 6th in Seattle. Then right after that, down to Riverside, California. And then different stops across the country every month. So please tune in to that. Know where those events are going to be. Put them on your calendar. Get to them. It's a great opportunity to associate. Nothing like a live training event. For those of you that went to Indianapolis a few weeks ago, nothing like that in-person training, just connecting with people. Man, it's just nice to know you got other warriors out there in the fight with you. And I feel like that's an opportunity for me to go and get my, go ahead and get my battery charged, to take my jumper cables and hook them up to more powerful batteries than mine and give me that boost that I need. And there's nothing like a live event to do that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into the leaderboard. May 11th. Goodness gracious, almost halfway through the month of May. And were we just wrapping up April? I mean, wasn't it just a couple of days ago that we're all working on getting our pending business in and, trying to hit that next promotion, stay on top of your pending business, hats off to Tammy and all the administrative assistants, all of the people behind the scenes that help all of us field underwriters, to stay on top of our business, to be diligent about pushing that through to make sure we can protect those families and then also get paid. Let's face it, that's why we do what we do, not for charity, but it's great that we get to help people, but we also get to help our family in the process. So, continue to stay on top of that so you don't have that fire drill at the end of the month. Make sure you continue to report your business every single time you submit an application. Make sure that you get on the Equus website and that you record that application in so that you get credit for it for your promotion, your personal producer's bonus, and all of that. So let's go ahead and jump into the top 25. So here we go. Goodness gracious. Coming in number 25, Thomas Larkin, 2 applications for $5,040. Great job, Thomas. Coming in number 24, sales manager. Look at that. Jeffrey Jednat, 3 applications for 5,049. Way to go, Jeffrey. Coming in 23, Louis Gragnano, 4 applications for 5,070. Coming in number 22, Mark Jaunet, 4 applications for 5,306. Nice job, Mark. Coming in number 21, Mr. David Hartman, Executive Representative, 8 applications for 5,307. Great job, David. Miss Kelsey Titus comes in at number 24, apps for 5,709. Number 19, Stephen Mitchell, 3 applications for 5,759. Coming in, number 18, Joan Bean, Sales Manager, 7 applications for 5,994. Great job, Joan. Coming Senior Sales Manager. Nice job, Joan. Coming in number 17, Lamar Anderson, 4 applications for 6,030. Coming in number 16, Tommy Edwards, 2 applications for 6,047. Coming in number 15, Joshua Collar, Sales Manager, Joshua Collar, 7 applications for 6,368. Great job, Joshua. Brand new unique writer coming in at number 14, Pooja Lay, 2 applications for 6,400. Way to make a statement. Your first time on the leaderboard. Congratulations, Pooja. Man, more good things to come from you, I am sure. Coming in number 13, Miss D.D. Carter, one of my heroes, Sales Manager. 7 applications for 6,412. Dee, steady as ever. Congratulations. Coming in number 12, Mr. Brian Mansdorfer, Jersey. Executive Representative, 7 applications for 6,494. Great job, Brian. Coming in number 11, Matt Pertusit, with 8 applications for 7,033. Man, awesome job, Matt. I mean, that's above steady. That's good stuff right there. Mr. Andrew Pappas, Senior Sales Manager, 5 applications for 7,203. Great job, AP. Coming in number 9, Daniel McCrae, National Manager, 6 applications for 7,799. Great job, Daniel. Coming in number 8, Mr. Joshua Warren, 4 applications for 8,522. Coming in number 7, Mr. Stan Smith, District Manager, 7 applications for 9,771. Nice job, Stan. Goodness gracious. That's great stuff right there. Coming in number 6, Mr. Johnny Roberts, Senior Sales Manager, 6 applications for 10,207. Nice job, Mr. Johnny Roberts. Coming in number 5, Mike Treese, Money T, 5 applications for 11,781. Great job, Mike. Coming in number 4, Mr. Doug Wright, 18 applications just on a normal week for Doug Wright. Guys, that is phenomenal. You know what that is? That's protecting the whole family. That's getting the kids protected. That's not forgetting about the children in the house. You want to get your app count up. You want to get your placement up. You know, especially when you're out of the gate and you're a new agent. You know, sometimes it's like it takes a while for you to get your underwriting legs underneath you. You know, for you to make sure that you're asking all the right questions. You know, sometimes when you're new, you just want that application so bad. You want that policy, and you're wanting it for them so bad that sometimes we're almost afraid to ask some of the questions that might cause them to get rejected. But lo and behold, the carriers always find out the information. So, man, we need to ask. We need to find out. We need to get them in the right plan. And when we're new, sometimes there's a little bit of a curve there while we learn our underwriting. But how awesome is it that when you're in a house, you can protect the whole family? You can help the 2 or 3 kids that are in the house. You can get a policy. You can say to mom and dad, hey, listen, I know your budget, is about $150 a month. If I could put a plan together to protect the whole family for that, is that something you'd be interested in? You would, of course, wouldn't you? You'd want to protect the whole family, right? And they're like, oh, absolutely. And so, boom, all of a sudden, for that same budget, you're now protecting the whole family, getting some policies on those kids to better protect mom and dad if something were to happen to the little ones. But then at the same time, getting your app count up, getting more approvals so that you can stay well above that 70% placement requirement. So, man, I think that's what we saw with Doug Wright last week. Again, 18 applications for 17,610. Strong, very strong, Doug Wright. Congratulations. Coming in number 3, Mr. Joe Skelly. I've not met Joe. Very excited to get a chance to shake his hand. Man, congratulations to him and Brett Grossman. And I forget the young lady's name on the call yesterday. She did a great job and amazing smile. And I apologize for blanking on her name, but great job to all of you yesterday on the national training Facebook Live. Just so steady, so, man, reassuring. If I'm watching you, if I'm a part of your team, I'm like, man, these guys, you can always tell, like, the big steamliners, if that's the right word, the big ships, the ocean liners. I live near the Great Lakes, and you can tell, there's some boats that are on the Great Lakes, and man, when the waves start coming, they can't handle it. And then you get these big freighters, these ocean liners that are carrying iron ore and other cargo. And man, they can just cut right through those waves. They stay steady. They don't get rocked by just small little turbulence. They can handle the small little bumps. And that's what I saw with Brett and Joe yesterday, just that steadiness. And so congratulations to you guys yesterday. And Joe, for your number 3 on the leaderboard, 5 apps for 20,500. Congratulations. Coming in number 2, Carlos Bastardo, regional manager, 11 applications. Get this, guys. $24,820. I don't care if you're a regional manager. I don't care if you're a platinum elite producer. It doesn't matter. 24,820 is some serious business. Guys, and he didn't do it on like 2 monster apps or 3 or 4 monster apps. He did it on 11 applications. He was out grinding last week. Congratulations, Carlos. What an awesome week. And then coming in number 1, like John Kite says, there can only be one number 1. And we've got Travis Chason, 13 apps. Guys, I love that app count. 13 applications, 30,500 in submitted business. Wow, that's strong. Man, congratulations. You had to be really almost 12,000 just to get into the top 5 this past week. Congratulations to the top 25. Man, Cornerstone, you are cranking. We're going to do well over another $1 million this month. We got our target set on $2 million in paid business in the next 90 days. It's got to be a team effort. We need everybody to do it. And we also need you to make sure you're uncovering opportunity when you're in the house. We need you to make sure that you're becoming better at what you do, that you're becoming more of a professional, that as you grow and start to get your sea legs underneath you, you new writers, that you learn to ask the questions that Jamie and Patrick teach to find other opportunity, to find an extra $250,000 sitting in an old 401k like one of our agents did last week, to find opportunities to better serve those clients. Listen, you may not know what to do, but can you ask the question? Can you find out? Can you kind of do a little digging after you get done helping them with their mortgage protection request? And can you set up a time to maybe come back loaded with more knowledge, loaded with some expertise, and maybe even loaded with an advanced market specialist to be able to assist you? So much opportunity. And for us to get to 2 million in paid business, Cornerstone, we need all of you to have your antennas up in the house and to be looking for those extra opportunities. And we need y'all to continue to grow and spread the word of how amazing Equus and Cornerstone is. So with that, what I'd like to do is bounce over to Jamie Trent, and for Jamie Trent or Patrick DiLorenzo. And so I'm going to ask the question. I know how to ask the question, guys. I know how to ask it. Jamie and Patrick, are you there?
I'm here.
I don't even know what to say at this point. Guys, 10 o'clock Eastern Seaboard. I'm on this call. Hopefully everybody else is.
Well, I had to set you up, buddy. You know how it is. Ollie Collins, man, great job on the opening so far, man. You've done fantastic. You are absolutely the king of metaphors, man. I can hear you talk for hours and just be comforted in the way that you talk. So I appreciate you and taking over the call for John Kite. And congratulations to John and Kim Kite. Praise the Lord for all the success that we're having. Hey, Patrick, what do you got for us today for the Advanced Market Minute?
Well, Jamie, all right, so I got a couple things. One of the things that, I really wanted to say first off, congratulations to John and Kim, because this is history right here happening today. And this is the dream that all of us are able to participate in here. It's not just them, it's every single one of us has got that same opportunity. And one of the ways in which we can do that is to increase our profitability. And, man, Ollie, you said it best, writing up, taking care of additional people in a household, writing additional apps. That's how we bump up things like our placement rate, our persistency rates. Those are really important things. So something I wanted to kind of just go over with real quick, everybody, today is one of the things that we're just not touching on enough. We've got a lot of great products that we write. We add children as a rider to policies, and is that a bad thing? Heck no, absolutely not. Somebody covered is better than somebody not covered. But what if? How many clients do we encounter on a daily basis that have children, that have grandchildren? And I say this as a parent myself. One of the things that we think about as parents is what we're leaving one day for our kids when we check out, whether it's next week, next month, or decades down the road when we leave this earth. So for me, one of the things I want to make sure that I do for my kids, I want to make sure they are as financially set as they possibly can be. So we've got some great products that are done through a couple different ones, but let's talk specifically about the F&G Life Path Setter. We have got a indexed universal life that is designed for growth and cash accumulation. That is what that baby is built for. And here's the cool thing. The younger we are, typically the less likely we have got some major health issues going on. The younger we are, think about your clients that have newborns. Very, very, very few of those newborns are addicted to cigarettes. Very, very few of them are taking blood pressure medications. Very few of them have got a lot of the health issues that we all start to deal with the older we get. So what if we had a way to help set those kids, allow those parents to set those kids up for life, for the future, for decades and decades and decades down the road? Here is a really cool thing that we can talk about. Do you guys realize that for $200 a month to put toward your child's future or grandchild's future for a newborn, we can make that kid a millionaire by the time they're in their late 40s? That's the power of what we do, guys. That's how you change generations for the future. People who don't have something for people that they love and people that they care about. And yeah, $200 a month sounds like a whole heck of a lot of money, but imagine it's mom and dad each contributing, let's say, mom and dad are throwing $100 into this thing. How many people have grandparents that want to, buy things for their children, put money aside for their college, things like that? What if you get those grandparents to throw in $50 each month? And then what's really crazy, if you get one set of grandparents to do it, usually there's another set of grandparents that are also competing to, be the favorite set of grandparents. If one set of grandparents is throwing in 50, I bet the other set of grandparents would also want to throw in 50 each month. So that is one of the things that we can do. And if you got each set of grandparents throwing in 50, mom and dad throwing in 100, you've got a newborn that is going to have $1 million by the time they are 48 years old. That's the stuff we can do. So when you're sitting there talking to your parents of newborns, when you're speaking to family members that just had a child, when you're speaking to grandparents that are talking about their new grandbaby, trust me, those grandparents love to talk about that new grandbaby. Ask them point blank, what have you done to set up a legacy for your grandchild, your newborn, your son, your daughter, whatever the case is. And then whatever they respond with, because they're going to respond with something like, well, what do you mean? Well, do you mind if I show you what a lot of my clients are doing for their child, their grandchild? You need to say it exactly like that, even if you've never written an IUL. Let me show you what a lot of my clients are doing for their kids and their grandkids. And guys, forgive me, I got to shut that door because there's noise out there. But that's what's on my heart today. That's what I wanted to kind of give everybody something new that we could go tackle. Because guess what? You write a whole bunch of kids policies, those things are going to get issued very, very quickly. There's not going to be a whole lot of underwriting involved. And man, that helps with placement, persistency. It helps with your bonus. It does a ton of stuff for you guys as well. Jamie, that's what's on my heart, man.
Woo, that was a lot. I hope people were taking notes and listening carefully, because you said an awful lot there that can actually help. And it's just one more tool in the toolbox that we have to go out and protect families and generate revenue for our businesses. And speaking
Amen.
of helping generate revenues, Ollie, we got a couple of training camps coming up on May 26th, 27th here in Lexington, South Carolina. We've got one. And then on June 8th in Austin, Texas, we've got one. So for anybody wanting to plug in at a live training, it's free. It's everybody on Cornerstone is welcome. And thank you for letting us be on, Ollie. Y'all have a blessed rest of the call.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us, and you guys contribute so much. Hey, real quick, I'm going to say a little something. I'm going to introduce one of my good buddies. Do y'all want to get to the point where you understand a little bit more and start to chip away and find those little golden nuggets in the home? Here's what I want you to do. Ready? Some pretty easy steps. Number one, I want you to get on a standing lead order. I want you to get to that point where you're spending about $500 a week or more on leads. Let's get you a standing lead order. Let's get you some instant internet leads. And let's work on your schedule. Go to your calendar on Friday night, talk to your significant other, see what's going on over the course of the next week. Block out the family things that you have to be at. Block out the times that you're going to work. Okay, now here's where you're going to learn more about Advanced Market. Block out some time where you're going to start to learn a little bit more about Advanced Market. Block out some time so you get good at asking those questions or filling out a CRM brochure. Watch some of the videos in the training center and start to educate yourself. You don't have to know everything before you start talking about Advanced Market stuff, but take some of that non-productive time. Take some of that TV time. Take some of that Facebook time and invest it and watch Bill Martin 2.0 and Pete Lee and these other people talk about how to position these advanced market products in the marketplace. You'll start to pick up on the vocabulary, the vernacular. You'll start to sound like an expert. And just like the old birds of a feather flock together, you're going to start to sound like the people that you're associating with through video. And lo and behold, you're going to start to sound like more and more and more of an expert. And you'll be sounding like Jamie and Patrick before you know it. So great job, Jamie and Patrick. Hey, one of my good buddies and my heroes is on his way down to Dallas. We want him to chime in and say a few words and just kind of recognize the special event and the specialness of today with Cornerstone being recognized and John and Kim being recognized. So, Mr. Mike Hall, are you there?
Hey, man. Good morning to you. Can you hear me okay, Ollie? Do you have me, Ollie? Can you hear me? Audio-wise, we're good? Okay, perfect. So, hey, guys, good morning to you. And I'm sitting here in the airport getting ready to take off to Dallas. And let me just tell you how I can't put into words how exciting what just happened is. I mean, I can't even think when I think back to think that it's been a year already since Equus partnered, and for John and Kim to be able to blaze the way like they have, to blaze that trail, to be the very first people to be managing partners of integrity through Equus is just an absolutely huge ordeal, because what they did was they made it possible for each of us, right? And to be able to hear that announcement yesterday has just been absolutely incredible. Here we are getting ready to head to Dallas, right? We've got the largest, the most monumental announcements that have ever happened in Equus's history. And we've got momentum right now that's just absolutely I mean, when you look at the Cornerstone Group and you see what's happening, you see the explosion that's happening. Guys, there's never been a time to let yourself go other than right now. And so excited for John and Kim and all the Cornerstone Group and what's happening. And just watch what happens, right? Watch what happens with the integrity effect. Look at what's happened with all these companies that have partnered with them over the last couple of years. We're about to watch the Cornerstone Group absolutely explode. We're going to more than double this year. We're going to get to $2 million paid a month. It's going to happen in the next couple of months, but it's not going to happen without each of you. So guys, let me just share this with you. The time has never been greater for you to get past your feelings and thoughts and let yourself go. There's too much at stake. I was watching that movie the other day, Think and Grow Rich. They made a movie about it, and it's like an hour and a half long. And they were talking, and I was watching the part where the man walks in to talk to Thomas Edison, and the guy, Thomas Edison, told him, he said, "Well, what inventor do you have for?" He said, "What invention do you have for me?" He said, "People come in here." He said, "I turn away hundreds of people a week that have inventions. What do you have for me?" And he said, "I've got something far greater than that. It's called desire." And he said, "I've got the desire to be your business partner, and I'm willing to start anywhere." And that's all it takes, right? It takes a true burning desire with the actual activity to back it up, to get out there to fight for your dreams. Take it from a guy that barely got through high school, that never stepped foot in college, that's absolutely just living his dream right now. You know, it's just been absolutely incredible. John and Kim, we couldn't be more proud of you. You have set an absolute exquisite example for us, not just on the way that you build your business, but the way that you live your life. And you are a true example for us to follow. I'm proud, and I'm humbled, and I'm honored to be a part of your group. And thank you for everything you've poured into me over the last decade, and the way that you've helped me, you know, control the 6 inches between my 2 ears. But guys, couldn't be more excited. Cornerstone, go out there and crush it. Let's show up in Dallas in mass numbers. But look, we still have 2 more days. Don't wave the white flag yet. It's these events are so critical, but we've got to make sure that we don't lose our momentum. We've got to go all the way to the 12th hour before you get on that airplane on Thursday morning to head out there. Let's run the ball, and let's make sure that we've got a bigger May than we did April. And I'll see you in Dallas. Ollie, back over to you, sir.
Mike, travel safe, buddy, and thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you, for being such a good friend to John and Kim, and to being with them for so much of this journey, not just here at Equus, but partnering up with them before. And it's always very interesting, the path that God walks us down. And if you go back in time and think when you were 18 years old, we have all of these, young ladies and men that are graduating from high school, and they're talking about what they want to be and what they want to do. And goodness gracious, I never could have mapped out the path that I've walked down, and that God has set forth for me. And I bet you couldn't have either. And here we are, guys. I think about Mike and John and Kim and Casey, and I think about the humble leaders that we have on our team, and maybe one of the things that we could probably do a little bit better is building that dream for you all. But we're just, I see these guys and they're just so grateful for where they're at. They're just so appreciative for how they've been blessed. They don't feel like it's something that they should be bragging about. And that's how Barry is too. And it's so cool to know the rewards that we have. And so maybe we need to do a better job, like I said, of kind of sharing that dream, talking about the blessings that we can get here with Equus and Cornerstone and now Integrity. But, oftentimes we can only see kind of from peak to peak, when people are out there running marathons and everything. Sometimes when you're running through the neighborhood, man, you can't think about running 5 miles. All you can think of is, man, if I can run one more mailbox further than I did the week before. Or when you're out there and you're dog tired and you want to quit, but you got another mile left, you're like, okay, I'm going to run to that telephone pole. And then after you hit that telephone pole, you look ahead about as far as you can see, and you pick another landmark, and you're like, I'm going to run to that landmark. And for some of you, you can't see an integrity deal for you yet, but for some of you, you can. For some of you, knowing that John and Kim have reached that is going to make it seem even more real for you. For some of you, it's like, man, if I could just make $10,000 a month, man, if I could just make $5,000 a month, if I could pay off that credit card debt, if I could get a personal producer's bonus, if I could go sales manager, where's your next mailbox? Where's your next telephone pole? Set your sights on it and have that desire Mike talked about and get there. Get to that next level. Use that video that John and Kim, that was just made of John and Kim announcing their integrity deal, and be like, I know these guys. They're friends of mine. They help me in business. They coach me. They mentor me. They're just as nice in real life as they seem on video. This is real. You can make money. You can build a team. And use that to drive you to that next level. And then find that next mailbox and then go to that next mailbox. Guys, it was a year ago that John and Kim were sitting right where we all are today watching Equus get their deal. You can not only get an integrity deal, but you can have a tremendous life along the way, have a lot of financial rewards, help a lot of families, reach your goals. A lot's going to happen in Dallas. There's going to be a lot of announcements. There's going to be some things that Barry said next to the integrity deal, some of the biggest announcements that have ever been made in Equus's history. Ever since I've been involved with Equus, I've never known Barry Clarkson to go backwards in business. Everything that he's done is to move it forward. Sometimes it's a wiggle forward. Sometimes it's a quantum leap forward. I get the feeling that the announcements that are going to come out are going to be a quantum leap. Probably as important as going into Dallas strong is how are you going to come out of Dallas? What's your calendar like on Saturday morning? Do you have a dial session planned? What's your lead flow look like? Do you have your standing lead orders placed? Do you have to pick up some additional leads? Are you going to be ready to dial on Saturday? Is next week going to be strong? Or are you going to be so excited and almost like a wind-up toy? You're going to be so wound up, your spring's going to be tight, and you're going to be ready to go, but are you going to have nobody to talk to, nobody to see, and nothing to do because you don't have leads and you don't have a freed-up calendar? As important as going in strong is, coming out is just as important. And so make sure you come out of Dallas strong. Make sure you know what your calendar is like. Make sure you've got some things set in stone. Make sure you've got your sprint ready. The quarter ends at the end of June. What's your next 6 weeks going to look like? What's June and the last 2 weeks of May going to look like for you? Is your calendar free? I tell you what we did. I'll be honest with you. I told Kelly, let's push off our family vacation until the 4th of July weekend and let's take it over 4th of July. Because I want to run hard in May and June. I want to get all this momentum and I don't want to stop it. I want to just go as hard as I can. And so Dallas is going to be huge. We're really excited about it. You've got to make the most out of the announcements that are going to be happening there. Whether you're there in person or not, you're going to find out about it. Make sure that your calendar is ready to capitalize on that. We promise we'll share all the information with you if you weren't able to attend for whatever reason. It's not going to be your last chance to associate and get around and learn. Please schedule those opportunities. Guys, Cornerstone is set to explode. They talk about a rising tide. That a rising tide, it raises all of the ships, all of the boats that are out in the water get elevated when the tide comes in. How many boats do you want to have in the water? How many personal people do you want to have? How many writers do you want to have out there helping families as Cornerstone and Equus continues to explode? Guys, this is going to be the first of probably many announcements with Equus and Integrity. And And every one of those announcements is going to elevate that water. So please get as many ships in the water as you can. Set your goals, set your sights, get to that next mailbox. I'm just telling you, the rewards, if we really knew how we could live, we'd probably work so much harder. You know, the desire that Mike was talking about, if we really knew what it was going to be like to be financially free, to not owe anybody anything, to have more money in the bank than we could ever spend, to not owe anything to anybody, we would probably work 10 times harder. So guys, go 10X this thing. You know, let's finish this week strong. Let's make the last 6 weeks of Q2. Let's just make it a huge statement, you know, for Cornerstone, for Equus, for you and your business, for your pocketbook, for your bank account, for you incorporated, for your family. Man, there's no such Cornerstone wins, but you lose. Man, we don't like that. We don't want to leave anybody behind. We want you to be with us. We want you to succeed. We want you and your family to be blessed the way we're seeing John and Kim Kite be blessed, because they worked hard and they kept their hand to the plow when it wasn't easy, when they couldn't see the crop coming in. Guys, they kept planting seed and encouraging people and uplifting people and being nice to people and staying faithful. Put that same pressure, you know, the old adage, pray like it's up to God and work like it's up to me. Implore that in your business. Finish the second quarter of 2021 strong. And I promise you, your mailboxes are going to get farther apart. And what I mean by that is you're going to start to see farther. You're going to start to see higher heights. You're going to start to see higher peaks as you climb that mountain. And you're going to start to realize you can get there, and you really can. We're praying for you. We're cheering for you, John and Kim. Man, you've got a team full of people that are celebrating with you, appreciate you, love you, and feel like a big part of us succeeded and won when you were announced as partners with Integrity Marketing Group. So congratulations. We love you. Everybody, we'll see a bunch of you in Dallas. Have a great week. God bless, and go get you some this week. Bye, guys.